Atlantic City, New Jersey, Boardwalk Casino Hotel. March 18, 1994. Thursday night, 11:45 in the evening. The high roller suite on the 23rd floor. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the black Atlantic Ocean. Inside, the air is thick with cigar smoke and the smell of expensive cologne. 5 men sit around a mahogany table. 4 of them wear tailored suits that cost more than most people earn in 6 months. The 5th man wears jeans and a white t-shirt. That 5th man is Tommy Morrison. 24 years old, 6 feet 2 inches tall, 220 pounds of raw punching power. The white hope of American boxing. The kid from Oklahoma who grew up with nothing, who fought in parking lots and county fairs, who clawed his way to a professional record of 35 wins. 1 loss. The young boxer who just starred in Rocky V alongside Sylvester Stallone. The man who holds the World Boxing Organization Heavyweight Championship belt. And tonight, he is sitting across from Vincent Gambino, underboss of the Gambino crime family, one of the 5 families that control organized crime in America. Vincent is 62 years old, silver hair slicked back, a face like carved granite. He has been in this business for 40 years. He has made fortunes disappear. He has made people disappear. He does not ask for things. He tells people what will happen, and it happens. Next to Vincent sits his nephew, Marco, 38 years old, the enforcer, the one who handles problems when talking stops working. Next to Marco sits Anthony, the accountant, the one who makes money move through invisible channels. And next to Anthony sits Frank, the lawyer, the one who makes legal problems vanish. They are the power structure. They are untouchable. They are the men who decide the outcomes of fights, elections, business deals across the entire eastern seaboard. Tommy Morrison is sitting at this table because they summoned him. Not invited, summoned. His manager received a phone call 3 days ago. A polite voice, very polite. Mr. Morrison is requested to attend a private meeting in Atlantic City. Thursday night, the Boardwalk Casino, Suite 2307. Come alone. His manager started to argue, started to say Tommy had training, had obligations, had a fight scheduled in 6 weeks. The polite voice interrupted. Mr. Morrison will be there. Thursday night, 11:45. This is not negotiable. Then the line went dead. His manager called Tommy immediately. Kid, we got a problem. You do not ignore these people. You do not say no to these people. You go to the meeting, you listen, you smile, you agree to whatever they want, then we figure out what to do after. But you go. So Tommy went. He drove alone from Philadelphia, 3 hours down the Garden State Parkway, arrived at the casino at 11:30, took the private elevator to the 23rd floor. The elevator required a special key card. Someone was waiting to give him that card. Someone who did not speak, just handed it over and walked away. Now he sits at the mahogany table. Vincent Gambino has been talking for 20 minutes, explaining things, explaining how the world works, explaining how boxing is not about who is the best fighter, it is about who makes the most money for the right people. Tommy, Vincent says, his voice calm, almost fatherly, you are a smart kid. You came from nothing. You made something of yourself. That is admirable. That takes heart, takes determination. We respect that. We respect fighters who got heart. But heart only gets you so far in this world. Eventually, you got to use your head. You got to understand the game you are playing. Tommy says nothing. He sits with his hands on the table, listening. Vincent continues. You got to fight in 6 weeks. George Foreman. Big George. 45 years old but still dangerous. Still got that power. Still got that name recognition. The whole world wants to see if old George can do it one more time, can win the heavyweight title again at his age. It is a story everyone wants to believe. The old champion coming back. Vincent pauses, takes a drag from his cigar. The problem, Tommy, is that you are supposed to win that fight. You are the young champion. You are the future. George is the past. But the future does not always make the most money. You understand what I am saying? Tommy understands. He understands exactly what Vincent is saying. He has heard rumors about this. Every fighter has heard rumors. Rumors about fixed fights, about boxers taking dives, about the mob controlling outcomes. But rumors are different than reality. Rumors are stories you hear in locker rooms. Reality is sitting at a table with Vincent Gambino. Vincent leans forward. Here is what is going to happen. You are going to fight George Foreman. You are going to put on a good show. First couple rounds, you are going to look strong. You are going to make it competitive. Maybe you even knock him down in the second or third round. Give the crowd their money's worth. But in the fifth round, George is going to land a big punch, a knockout punch. You are going to go down. You are going to stay down. George Foreman becomes the oldest heavyweight champion in history. The world loves it. The networks love it. Everyone makes money. Lots of money. And you, Tommy, you take your share, and you walk away with more money than you ever dreamed of. Marco slides a leather briefcase across the table. Vincent opens it. Inside are stacks of $100 bills. Neat, organized, beautiful. $3 million, Vincent says. Cash. Untraceable. This is yours the minute you agree. This is separate from your fight purse. This is your payment for being a smart businessman, for understanding how the game works. $3 million. Tommy stares at the money. $3 million is more money than he has ever seen. More money than his entire family has earned in 3 generations. His father was a construction worker who died broke. His mother cleaned houses for $12 an hour. He grew up in a trailer park in Jay, Oklahoma. He wore secondhand clothes and ate government cheese. He started boxing because it was free, because the gym let poor kids train for nothing, because hitting a heavy bag was better than going home to an empty house. He turned pro at 19 because he needed money, needed to pay rent, needed to eat. Every fight he took was about survival, about proving he belonged, about escaping the poverty that had defined his entire life. And now, sitting in front of him, is enough money to escape forever. Enough money to buy a house, to take care of his mother, to never worry about bills again. All he has to do is lose one fight. Lose on purpose. Betray everything he believes about boxing. Betray the code that says you fight with everything you have, every single time. Betray the kid from Oklahoma who fought his way out of nothing because he refused to quit. Vincent watches Tommy's face. He has done this before. He knows how fighters think. He knows they all have a price. Some fighters take the money immediately. Some fighters need convincing. But they all take the money eventually. Because money is real. Honor is just a word. Tommy, Vincent says softly, I know what you are thinking. You are thinking about your reputation, about your legacy, about being a champion. I respect that. But let me tell you something about legacy. Legacy does not pay your bills. Legacy does not take care of your family when you are too old to fight. Legacy is what other people remember after you are gone. Money is what keeps you alive while you are here. Take the money, Tommy. Be smart. Tommy looks up from the briefcase. He looks at Vincent, then at Marco, then at Anthony, then at Frank. 4 men who have decided his future. 4 men who believe he has no choice. 4 men who think they know exactly what kind of person Tommy Morrison is. Tommy takes a breath. He thinks about his father, who broke his back working construction and died with nothing. He thinks about his mother, who scrubbed toilets so he could have food on the table. He thinks about every fighter who came before him, every champion who sold out, who threw fights, who let organized crime turn boxing into theater. He thinks about the kid he used to be, the kid who fought in parking lots for $20 and a tank of gas, the kid who believed boxing was pure, was honest, was about who wanted it more. And then Tommy Morrison does something that nobody in that room expects. He stands up. He looks Vincent Gambino directly in the eyes, and he speaks. His voice is quiet but clear, every word deliberate. Mr. Gambino, I appreciate you thinking of me. I appreciate the offer. But I cannot do what you are asking. I am going to fight George Foreman with everything I got. I am going to try to knock him out. And if he knocks me out, it will be because he was better that night. Not because I laid down. Not because someone paid me. I did not come this far to become a puppet. The room goes silent, completely silent. Marco's hand moves toward his jacket. Vincent raises one finger. Marco freezes. Vincent stares at Tommy for what feels like an eternity. Then he smiles. Not a friendly smile. A smile that says he has just seen something interesting. Something unexpected. You understand what you are doing, kid? Vincent's voice is ice. You understand who you are saying no to? Tommy nods. I understand. You understand we do not make this offer twice? I understand. You understand there are consequences? Tommy meets his eyes. I understand. But my answer does not change. I fight for real, or I do not fight at all. 12 seconds pass. 12 seconds where Tommy Morrison's life hangs in the balance. 12 seconds where everyone in that room is deciding whether this young boxer walks out alive or gets carried out in pieces. Vincent Gambino leans back in his chair. He takes a long drag from his cigar. He looks at Tommy like he is examining something rare, something he has not seen in decades. Then he laughs, a genuine laugh. Kid, he says, you got balls. I will give you that. Most fighters, they see that money, and they cannot grab it fast enough. But you actually believe in something. You actually think honor matters. He stands up, walks around the table, stands face to face with Tommy. Let me tell you something, Tommy Morrison. I have been in this business for 40 years. I have bought judges, referees, champions, promoters. I have made and broken more fighters than you can count. And in all that time, I have met maybe 3, maybe 4 fighters who had the guts to say no to me. You just became number 5. He extends his hand. Tommy shakes it. You want to fight George Foreman for real? Vincent says. You go ahead. You fight him for real. But understand this. You are on your own now. No favors, no protection. You win or lose on your own terms. And if you ever change your mind, if you ever decide money is more important than pride, you do not call me. Because this offer expires the second you walk out that door. Tommy nods. I understand. Good. Now get out of here before I change my mind. Tommy walks to the door. His hand is on the handle when Vincent speaks one more time. Tommy. He turns. Make it a good fight. Give them something to remember. Because if you are going to turn down $3 million, You better make damn sure it was worth it. Tommy Morrison walks out of Suite 2307, walks to the elevator, rides down 23 floors, walks through the casino floor where people are gambling away their paychecks, desperate for luck, walks out into the Atlantic City night. The ocean air hits his face. Cold, clean, real. He gets in his car, drives back to Philadelphia, and 6 weeks later, Tommy Morrison fights George Foreman. He does not take a dive. He does not hold back. He fights with everything he has. And in the 8th round, George Foreman lands a massive right hand that sends Tommy crashing to the canvas. George wins, becomes the oldest heavyweight champion in history at 45 years old. The world celebrates. Tommy loses his title, but he walks out of that ring with something Vincent Gambino's money could never buy. He walks out knowing he fought for real, knowing he did not sell his soul, knowing that when his career is over and people ask him if he ever threw a fight, he can look them in the eye and tell the truth. No. Never. Not once. Years later, after Tommy Morrison's career ends, after his life spirals into chaos and tragedy, after he battles illness and addiction and loses everything, people will ask him about that night in Atlantic City, about the offer, about the $3 million. And Tommy will always say the same thing: best decision I ever made. Not because it made me rich, not because it made me famous, but because I got to wake up every morning knowing I was still me. The kid from Oklahoma who refused to quit, who refused to be bought, who chose honor over money even when it cost him everything. And that, Tommy Morrison will say, is worth more than all the money in the world. Because some things cannot be purchased. Some things cannot be negotiated. Some things you either have or you do not. And integrity is one of them.